Imagine this: you upload your resume to an AI powered job platform. It analyzes your experience, skills, and background, then delivers its verdict: 23% chance of getting hired for your dream position. How do you react? If you're like most people, you might think, well, the AI says I probably won't get it, so why even bother trying? Congratulations, you've just fallen into the trap of algorithmic fatalism. Welcome back to AI Created Cognitive Biases. I'm Ian, and today we're exploring a bias that's turning AI predictions into psychological prisons. Algorithmic fatalism is our tendency to treat AI predictions about our future as immutable destiny rather than what they actually are: probabilistic assessments based on patterns in data. This represents a completely new form of learned helplessness, unique to the AI age. When artificial intelligence systems make predictions about our health, career prospects, or relationships, we're increasingly surrendering our agency to algorithms. We're not just accepting their assessments, we're letting them define what's possible for us. Let's go back to that job seeker. The AI says 23% chance of success. But here's what that really means. Based on historical data patterns, people with similar profiles got hired roughly 23% of the time. It's a starting point, not a sentence. Yet instead of seeing this as a baseline to improve upon, our job seeker internalizes it as fate. They apply with less enthusiasm, write weaker cover letters, and approach interviews with defeated energy. The prediction becomes a self fulfilling prophecy. This bias is wreaking havoc across multiple domains of human life. In education, students told by AI systems they're not suited for STEM subjects may abandon their interests entirely rather than working harder to develop those skills. These algorithms often reflect historical biases in data, yet students treat their assessments as scientific truth about their innate abilities. In healthcare, patients are increasingly accepting AI predictions about disease progression as unchangeable fate. An AI system might predict a 60% chance of symptom recurrence, leading patients to give up on lifestyle changes or preventive measures that could actually improve their outcomes. They stop fighting because the algorithm has spoken. Perhaps most troubling is how this plays out in criminal justice. Both offenders and society are treating recidivism predictions as fixed destiny rather than risk factors that can be addressed through intervention and support. When someone is labeled as having an 80% chance of reoffending, it becomes harder for them to get jobs, housing, or community support, ironically increasing the very likelihood the algorithm predicted. What makes algorithmic fatalism so insidious is that it doesn't feel like superstition. We're not surrendering to the gods or cosmic fate, we're surrendering to mathematics and data science. This gives our fatalism a veneer of scientific objectivity, making it feel rational, even as it strips away our most fundamental human characteristic: agency. Traditional fatalism often coexisted with hope, rebellion, or at least the acknowledgement that fate might be wrong. But algorithmic fatalism feels different. When a computer tells us our future based on data analysis, it carries the weight of empirical truth. We forget that these systems are making educated guesses based on past patterns, not revealing inevitable futures. The irony is profound. We've created tools designed to help us make better decisions, and instead we're using them to stop making decisions altogether. We're allowing probability to become prophecy, turning helpful information into psychological barriers. Here's the reality check: AI predictions are statistical models, not crystal balls. A 23% chance means there's also a 77% chance of a different outcome if you change the variables. Your effort, preparation, and persistence are variables the algorithm can't fully capture. When you let an AI prediction determine your actions, you're essentially ensuring that past patterns continue unchanged. The antidote to algorithmic fatalism is remembering that predictions are inputs, not outputs. They're data points to consider, not destinies to accept. Use AI assessments as information to inform your strategy, not as verdicts that limit your possibilities. If an AI says your chances are low, ask yourself what would need to change to improve those odds? How can you become an outlier in the data? The most successful people throughout history have been those who refuse to accept statistical limitations as personal limitations. This is the second video in our AI created cognitive biases series. As we integrate more artificial intelligence into our decision making, understanding these psychological traps becomes crucial for maintaining our agency and potential. Subscribe to see how our minds are adapting to an algorithmic world and share your own experiences with AI predictions in the comments below.